Most High and the Son, Yahawah, Hasham, Yahawashi, and double honors to the apostles that told us this truth. And salutations to the outlaw, continue to further this ministry of this of Yahawashi. And as you can see, we're in a unique location because what occurred last week. So we just decided to just come up here and just continue to further this ministry, man. You know what I mean? So, hey, man, this is all we got. All we got is this work. And as you can see all around us, the world is collapsing. The world is actually coming down gradually but fast at the same time, you know? And at the same time, this world is growing exponentially. And the reason why, you know, the powers that be, they're moving heavy now because through the Spirit, we're at the end of this thing. There's no more future for this place. But there is a future for us. The elect, those that are in need. In these scriptures, day in and day out, thinking about and meditating on these scriptures. We have a future. These people in the world, they don't have no future, man. Go on, brother. Let's read that, man.
Okay, this is John 14:6. Start at 5. Thomas saith unto him, Lord, Yahawashi, we know not whither thou goest, and how can we know the way? Yahawashi saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life.
Yeah, Yahawashi is the way and the truth and the life. So the life that we want to experience in the kingdom of heaven is in his hands. So we have to go through him and him only. We can't go through Esau to get the life that we want. Like, you had a lot of our people, and I'm referring to these celebrities and just celebrities in general, that have sold their soul to get the life that they desire to want, and they got it. But they had to do A, B, and C to get it, man. They had to violate themselves and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but we violating ourselves for Yahawashi so that we can receive the ultimate prize. And the ultimate prize is that we can reign supreme in the kingdom. And we can be at peace, and the whole earth can be at peace. And the earth can be renewed and restored. That's what we want to see and experience. But that's all in the power of Yahawashi when he comes back. So everything results back to Yahawashi. You want to be healed, right? You got to go through him. And that's why we out here. We out here in the brick cold and the snowing at the same time. Mildly snowing, of course. But we out here. That's what men. We're men of the Lord. The men of the Lord. And one thing about the men of the Lord, the prophets, they were weirdos. They did strange things. They would come out and do strange shit like this. Coming out here in this weather like this, man. Like how many JC you know is gonna come out and do the work like the way we doing the work like this? Not many. Even amongst the ones about to know the Israelites, they're not gonna come out here and do this. So you gotta already understand, okay, yeah, great snowstorm, bunch of crazy maniacs. Okay, that's alright, but you gotta respect the grind though. You gotta come to some grips and you know, take your hats off, man, and say, yo, you know what, these dudes in GMS, these dudes gotta be the men of the Lord, because they constantly pushing the scriptures, day in and day out. They constantly pushing the prophecies, week in and week out. And yet I say day in and day out because if we're not out here, we're doing videos in the meeting between time. And the reason why we're doing that, not to gain respect of man, of course, but to get, you know, gain attention from our Lord and our Savior, and to seal the elect. Because Yahawashi has the life that we want to experience in his hands. And that's what we're serving and we're working for. Ultimately, go on, brother. That's the ultimate reason why we come out here like this.
No man cometh unto me, unto the Father, but by me.
Yeah, no man cometh unto the Father, but by me. You got these Israelites out there that think they can just shoot their prayers up to the Most High Yahawah. No, you got to go through the mediator. Yahawashi is our intercessor. He's the one that paves the way for us to be reconciled. Because the Lord ain't rocking with us right now. He's not dealing with us because we're too filthy for him to behold. So he sent his son Yahawashi to be the mediator. Like even when you read the book of John, I believe it's the book I was reading today. The book of John 17, I believe it is. And Yahawashi, if you can get John 17, if I'm correct. Because Yahawashi, even when he was on earth, he declared himself to be our intercessor. He was crying out to the Most High saying A, B, and C. It was John 17. You know? So yeah, if you can give me that, brother.
John 17. These words spake Yahawashi,
yeah,
and lifted up his eyes to heaven, and said, Father, thou is come.
So Yahawashi stood, and he looked into heaven, meaning the sky, and he cried out with a loud voice unto the Lord to do what? Go on.
Glorify thy Son, that thy Son also may glorify thee, as thou hast given him power over all flesh, that he should give eternal life to as many as thou hast given him. And this is life eternal, that they might know thee, the only true power, and Yahawashi Mashiach, whom thou hast sent. I have glorified thee on the earth. I have finished the work which thou gavest me to do. And now, O Father, glorify thou me with thine own self, with the glory which I had with thee before the world was. I have manifested my name unto the men which thou gavest me.
He have manifested his name unto the men that was following. And as it reads, also it says, those that have followed me in the regeneration shall sit on the thrones. Bear with me, because it's cold out here, man. So I mean, like when I talk, it may come out blurry and stuff.
Mucus is coming up.
So I mean, Yahawashi said, those that have followed me in the regeneration, they shall sit on 12 thrones, meaning the men of the Lord that followed him back 2,000 years ago. So those are the men that he revealed himself unto, and his name included. So if that's the case, then those same men are going to be restored back to who they are, Israelites, and also knowing the information that they had back then about the Heavenly Father. Go on, brother.
I was on verse 6. I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world.
And that's what we say. We say we got the name of the Lord. Like you got these Israelites out there that are saying, well, we don't know if that's the name of the Lord. We don't know if Yahawashi's name of the Lord. But we know that for a fact, because when I had so-called sleep paralysis, that's what these so-called it, meaning them demons mess with you when you sleep. I call on that name, them demons flee. Now it depends on what demon it is. It could be, it could be a strong demon when you gotta say the name like 10 times in your head, because they hold you down and they prevent you from talking. So you gotta say the name of power a couple of times, and then they'll flee. But you got weak demons when you say the name one time and they just go. So that's definitely the name of the Lord. And when me and my fellow brother went through the persecution, we called on the name of the Lord, and we got delivered out of it. So to me personally, based on my own personal experience in my own personal life, dealing with this truth and confessing the name of the Lord, or saying the name of the Lord while in trouble, it paved the way. So can't nobody tell me anything differently. Go on, bro.
This is Acts 4:12. Neither is there salvation in any other.
Absolutely.
For there is none other name under heaven.
There's none other name under heaven. Go on.
Given among men. Whereby
go on.
We must be saved.
That we must be saved. So let's go back and read what you have before.
Back to John 17. It's John 17 and 6. I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world.
Right, so the name that he manifested unto the men which were back then, which were the disciples, they would have to be here all over again, ready to be saved in this lifetime. Like it says in the book of Matthew 13, it says that we've been given the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. So by that being the case, as to what you just read, including, because what is also a mystery? His name. A lot of people call him Yeshua, Jesus Christ, A, B, and C. Any old name, you've heard people declare him as. But we actually have his actual name. So we got to be those exact men. And the proof is in the book, because look where we at. We in this cold ass weather, right? It's windy as all hell. You know what I'm saying? Even the cameraman, he's withstanding it. So we got to be those men. You know what I'm saying? So,
that's too bad.
So yeah, man. Go on, bro.
And that gavest me out of the world.
Yeah.
Thine they were, and thou gavest me them me.
Yeah.
And they have kept thy words.
And they have kept thy word. Who kept the word? The same men that was following him. They would have to have kept the word. No, we keeping the word. Didn't Yahawashi tell us to go out in the highways and the hedges to compel them to the marriage? Of course. Oh yeah, for sure, yeah. And I mean, if we weren't under the COVID situation, we would be out in the main areas as we were before. But you know, the Spirit wants us to be out here. You got a lot of brothers that's in these kind of settings to further this ministry. When you really think about it, you got brothers that do live shows. So that's like a form of being on the highways and the byways, because any old demon could come on your live show and talk all kind of nonsense, and you gotta shut them out of your live and things of that nature. But just coming out here shows faith. You proving yourself to the Lord by coming out into the elements. Because you can say you believe, you can say you have faith, but where's your works to show it? That's in the book of John. What is it? The 2nd chapter, I believe. Romans. You know, so that's what it's all about. You gotta show by action, not by word. Go on, brother.
Talking about faith, yeah? See if I can get to the point. Hebrews 11 and 9 says, by faith he sojourned in the land of a promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. Yeah, jump down to the point now. It says, these all died in faith, not having received the promise, but having seen them afar off.
Yeah.
And
you know what too? Because back in that time, even when you read Acts the 1st chapter, the disciples, their mindset was geared towards the kingdom of heaven being set up at that time. But it wasn't going to come at that time. Neither did they know that they would have to come back in this lifetime to do the work all over again. Like what was told to John the Revelator, that he would be prophesying right around many people. I'm roughly paraphrasing. I believe it's John the Revelator, because he was in the island of Patmos, so he was around nobody. He was armed and he wasn't around nobody. He was by himself in the island. So how could he have fulfilled that prophecy back then? That means he would have to come back in this lifetime and doing it. You see? So it's the same thing with the disciples. They thought that the kingdom was going to come after the ancient Roman Empire, but no. It was going to come back at the last leg of the Roman Empire and play out what they were playing out before and doing this work, and therefore they'll be saved. Go on.
having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them.
And were persuaded of them. Let's get Romans 8:35. What did Paul say? Paul said, I become persuaded. I'm fully persuaded. Let's get that. So you got men that were fully persuaded, man. Go on, brother.
And embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth.
And that's who we are right now. Like it says in the scriptures, we have no continued dwelling place. Like when you go back to your house, right?
Yeah.
Pay rent.
Right.
That shows you right there. We just wrote.
Yep.
This is Esau's dwelling place. This ain't our dwelling place.
Yep.
Go on, bro.
This is Romans 8 and
This is from
38. Better than Coach House.
Go on, bro.
Right. This is Romans 8 and 38. For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come.
Yeah, so he was fully persuaded in the gospel. So you had men that was following our Lord and Savior that was fully persuaded. Just like how we're fully persuaded. You know what I mean? Because this is weird, man. I mean, it's windy, it's cold, it's like, who's going to do this on a Sunday? We're going to be at the house. But we're fully persuaded. And what it is at the same time, is everything all right?
You need a congregation.
Oh, no. I mean,
What you're talking about.
you can listen if you want.
I just wanted to lose the bag, the shot, that was all.
Okay. I'll take care, man.
Should I continue?
Yeah, go on.
Verse 39. Nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of the Most High.
Right, exactly. Nothing can separate us from the love of this ministry. Nothing can, because this ministry is of Yahawashi. We gotta go one and deeper. Who gave this doctrine to Yahawashi? The Most High. So we're in line with this with the Most High and His Son. So nothing can separate us nothing can separate us from this thing here. No cold weather, no nothing. Alright? We gonna come out here, man. Whenever the Spirit is on us to come out, we're gonna come out here and teach this word. Because this ain't the time to get weak time to gird up our loins like a man. All right? You got certain brothers, man. They getting weak. They gotta stop
Yeah, I
that.
see it.
They gotta stop that shit, man. You know? Because we almost home. They ain't nothing out here in this world. This world is dead.
Right.
So you gonna fall back into the world for what? Come on, man. Go on, brother.
Which is in Yahawashi and Mashiach, our Lord.
Yeah.
That's it on that.
Yeah, read it again, huh?
This is Romans 8:39.
Right, this is going.
Nor height, it's like a 38, for I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come,
Go on.
nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature
Go on.
shall be able to separate us from the love of the Most High.
Exactly. Nothing can separate us from the love of the Most High. Neither death, neither this cold night weather. Hey, Paul. That's why Paul said to his disciples, his apostles, his other men that was following, he said, "Be instant." The word "instant" means to be ready, in season and out of season. Reprove and rebuke. What is it? With all long suffering. So that's the job. That's the job of a man of the law. You gotta be out here instant, in season and out of season. That's the new thing now. That's why Paul said also. He said, that's in you know what that said. Like Paul also said, exhorting. I'm roughly paraphrasing, exhorting, your brother and neighbor. So we gotta constantly keep pushing. No matter what kind of resistance comes your way, you gotta keep pushing. Because eventually, man, you going through the resistance, you're coming out on the other side. That's just making you stronger. You just building on your strength. You're in the strength. But when you just comfortable all the daggone time, you ain't building on nothing. You're only doing what you only could only do. You're only doing what you can do, but you're not taking this. You're not taking an extra step. You got to take the extra step. That's how you become strong. Especially if you're a young man like me and this brother here. You a young man.
And me.
Hey, this brother's a young man too. Through the spirit, But yeah, you have to persevere. Life is about perseverance, man. You gotta fight every day to get up. Sometimes you don't feel like fighting, but you ain't got no choice. Go on.
I've got a good scripture what you're talking about. James, this is James 1 and 2. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations. Knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience.
Yeah. That the trial of your faith worketh patience. So you're gonna go through your trials and your tribulations. That's gonna make you what? Stronger. That's gonna make you tougher. Hence you get the term endurance. The word endurance means to make hard, like the Apostle Babar used to go into. Like for example, you have what you call endurance racing, and you have these race car drivers that would probably drive each and every one of them. Like if it's like a 12-hour race, like you only need three drivers, and all of them will drive for 12 hours each. But it's endurance. You constantly inside of that car, and you driving a car and bumps and everything like that on the racetrack, and you just constantly racing for 4 hours like that. That's what you call endurance. Yeah. Without getting tired. Or you may even get tired, but you just still keep going forward until the race is done. You don't stop. If your car's well set and the race is still on, you gotta keep racing. There's no, I'm gonna just take a break or I'm gonna want to use the bathroom. No, once you're in that car, you gotta stay in that car until the race is done. Once the race is done, then you can do all that extra stuff. But the race ain't done yet. Go on, brother.
Verse 3, knowing this, that the trying of your faith.
And you know it's funny because Paul likened this to a race. It wasn't given to the swift. And what else?
Boxing as well, you referred to.
Yeah, you referred to as
punching, not punching the air, shadow boxing.
Yeah.
You're hitting your target, especially when you're bringing out these precepts.
Oh, go on, bro. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's not about you being the fastest runner, you being the most fittest. It's how much you can endure to finish the race. Like the Apostle Paul said, I have finished my course. As we just read in Romans 8 in verse 36 to verse 38, how he was fully persuaded. He was persuaded even through death. He got beheaded. He went to the underground prison cell. He was in an area surrounded by feces and shit. And they brought him out of there. He out of there, and then, they just beheaded him. So that was him finishing what? His course. Come on, bro.
Yeah. Ecclesiastes 9:11 says, I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to them all.
Exactly. Time and chance happening to all. So the Lord is going to be the Lord that's going to give you the chance to deal with this thing until the very end.
Yeah.
Because see, you got a lot of guys that came into the truth. Well, they were well stripped. Yeah, well stripped and good speakers. I mean, you had guys that knew scriptures front to back to front. They could tell you, look, y'all, like a guy could have like a 20-man camp, and he's selling all of his $20. Y'all, you get that scripture, you get the scripture, you get that scripture, you get the scripture. Like there were certain guys like that I remember years ago when I was first coming into the truth. But where they at now? They know where to be. They know where to be seen. Out of sight, out of mind. Go on, bro.
Yeah, because if you go into any of these, like it might be martial arts, it might be boxing.
Yeah.
They might ask you, or you might ask yourself, why are you doing it?
Yeah.
So what do you want? Do you want is it a hit? You want a hit and run? You know what I mean? There's some people they don't really want the end result, which is the reward, the medal. In their case, I know when I ask myself this question about this truth, I'm thinking I see the chariots. I want to. Oh yeah, Apostle Bar was talking about salvation as well. We said we got to focus on salvation.
Yeah.
That's the goal. That's the goal, as you were saying. You don't do nothing without a goal. You set a goal, even in weightlifting.
Is that a hub? Alright, can't.
See it?
Yeah, can't. We got this.
Even in weightlifting, that's what I'm saying. You set a goal.
Yeah.
How much muscle are you trying to get? Are you trying to get ripped?
Yeah, so we want the reward. We want to finish this race, man, because those men that you mentioned, they may have started off good. Did they ask themselves those basic questions like, I want to do this to the end to get the reward, man?
Yeah, because you got to think like this, and I hope that that's not the case. Well, this is not the case. Let me reiterate what I'm saying properly. Let's just say we here for like another 10 years. And we got to keep going for another 10 years.
Hey, that's a spirit. That's how I think. That's the mindset I have. If it is 10 years, we're not saying it's going to be 10 years, but that's the mindset we have.
If it's 10 years, you gotta be out here for 10 years. If I gotta be 40 and I'm out here, then I gotta be 40 and be out here. It is what it is, Because the course hasn't been finished yet. We wasn't able to finish our course. So we have to do this thing to the very end. Like you don't want to be that guy that came in and endured for a while. That's in Matthew 13. You want to be that guy when you come in. You doing it to the very end. You finish your course. Go on, bro.
This is Matthew 25 and 46. Start at 45.
Yeah.
Who then is a faithful and wise servant,
Yeah.
whom his Lord hath made ruler over all his household,
Yeah.
to give them meat in due season.
Okay.
Blessed is that servant, whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing.
Exactly. Blessed is that servant, because all we servants, we're servants unto the Lord. That's why we can't do what we want to do. We can't come out here and whenever we want to come out here, we got to come out here every single week. The best way we give the word, we got to give the word out as much as we can. Until we have finished the course. Once again, be it endured to the end, what?
Same shall be saved.
Exactly. So it's no coming out here and you can just go and do 10 years in, or you're going to do 15 years in, or 5 years in, and then you're just going to say, look, I'm going to take a break now. I'm going to take a 6 to 7 month out break. No, there's no breaks. There's no such thing as a break. Like the Apostle Paul said, be instant, in season, out of season. And that you finish your course. Alright? Go on, brother.
Verily I say unto you, that he ruler over all his goods.
Yeah. So we're going to become the rulers highest to the kingdom, so to speak. Because when Yahawashi sits on that throne, we're going to be sitting side by side right along with him. Okay? As it says in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 8th chapter, the world to come is for the few. But the world that is now is for the many. And many would there be that go thereby will be destroyed. I'm roughly paraphrasing, which is in the book of Matthew 7. You have the straight gate and you have the wide gate, which lead to destruction. So what is the wide gate? This world. Following the footsteps of many in this world. That's the wide gate. The straight gate is the few that find them that lead to life. And the straight gate is you going through, first and foremost, you coming into this faith, knowing that you're an Israelite, knowing the basic scriptures, and then also knowing the bitter side of this truth and experiencing the bitter side of this truth. And you endure on that. That's a straight gate. Go on, brother.
But and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming.
Yeah, but if that evil servant say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming. So if you have the mindset of, well, the Lord, he ain't come yet. The end never came. I thought the Lord was gonna come at a particular point in time that I expected him to come, but he didn't come. So the Lord ain't coming. With that kind of mindset, of course you're gonna fall back into the world. You're gonna give it up. But then when the Lord comes around, you're gonna be destroyed. You're gonna be found with your ass showing, and it's gonna
Every
be
now and then, just check it. Every now and then, yeah.
It's gonna be, it's gonna be found out that you was never really right any doggone way. Go on.
And shall begin to smite his fellow servants to eat and drink with the drunken.
Yeah.
The Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him.
Exactly, because the Lord is gonna come as a thief in the night. It says, know ye this, that the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. And that's what we do know. That's also in the book of, if I'm correct. Oh man, I think it's in the book of Timothy's 5.
And
You know
it's
where it
also-
says?
It's also in Matthew 24 and Revelations. Blessed is he that keepeth his garment.
Yeah, you could talk about that.
Should I-
But there's a scripture that I'm referring to though, specifically. I think it's in 1 Thessalonians 5 or something like that.
Oh yeah, I know you.
Let me check the camera. This brother.
Yeah, I got it.
How you doing, man?
Hello.
You alright, man?
You're doing painting, My granddaughter, she like painting, so she says she won't come see where you're painting.
Nah.
Just having a praise.
Yeah, that's
Teaching the
what
word.
Yeah, man. Okay, man. Blessed. Look your pen drop there.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks.
Alright, blessed, yeah?
I use what, man?
Yeah, man. Yes, sir.
Thessalonians.
Yeah, it's 5. I
Got
think
it.
it's 5 verse 1.
Thessalonians 4
Is it 5?
is 4, I believe it is. Thessalonians 4. Thessalonians 4. Oh man, I like it up here, man.
It's completely.
Thessalonians.
Yeah, he wants to play.
Yeah, he wants to play.
We wouldn't do our
We
thing.
got work to do.
Yeah, it's alright.
And that's spiritual. See, we ain't got time for. See, that's the spirit. I mean, that's the spirit. We ain't got time for playing. Here. I mean, that's spiritual. That's spiritual. Thessalonians 4. Wanted to go to the bit where
Either way.
I get straight to it. Verse 5. But after you're right. Verse 5. But after times and seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you.
Yeah, that's it right there. Yeah, come.
For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord Yahawashi so cometh as a thief in the night.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't need to be told that. We know that because we read the scriptures and talking about how the Lord, specifically in the book of, 2 Peter's 1. 2 Peter's 3, where it says that. How the day of the Lord will suddenly come as a thief in the night. So if we're not watching, I'm talking about amongst us, among our people that have left the street, if they're not watching, how would they know for the thief to come? And then when the thief comes, he would hold his feet. So you can't. Water, brother. So if the thief comes, he would have broken into your house and have stolen your goods. But a good man will watch for the thief to come. He's going to be aware and looking out. I'm referring to the metaphor that Yahawashi gave somewhere in the book of Matthew, man. But that's how with the way that you keep your watch is you got to keep your eyes open to what's going on around the world. And you got to constantly be doing this work. That's how you keep your watch strong. Going, brother.
For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord Yahawashi so cometh as a thief in the night.
Yeah.
For when they shall say peace and safety,
Yeah.
then sudden destruction cometh upon them.
Exactly. When they say peace and safety, then shall sudden destruction come upon them. Because it's going to be like, well, they may even go as far as saying we're going to lift the the lockdown rules, and everything's going to go back to what it was before, or however they're going to do it. Or they may tell people, look, we need a certain amount of people to get vaccinated, and once that number's been fulfilled, we're going to lift the lockdown rules, and then you can go do A, B, and C as you were doing usually, and so it could come in that sense. Peace can come in that sense, but then that's when sudden destruction comes. So that's why, man, we can't be getting discouraged when we don't see things going on. And I'm not gonna lie, man, this week I was a bit like low in the spirit, because sometimes you just get the feeling like, man, like we here, we're experiencing and we're seeing the downfall of this place, but I was just feeling like, man, I need to see more. I need to see more troubles to go on, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the mindset is this, like the mindset that we had back in the ancient world. We wanted to see the kingdom. We was expecting the kingdom. But we know when this society goes down, that's when the kingdom's going to come up. So that's what we're expecting. You know, we're diligently expecting that. Shall I continue?
But ye brethren are not in darkness, that the day should overtake you as a thief.
Yeah.
Ye are the children of the light.
Yeah, we're the children of the light. Go on.
And the children of the day. We are not of the night, not of darkness.
Yeah, because the night is right now. The night is when like if you look at what's going on right now, Esau's ruling the world, the Edomites are ruling, and Jacob's not ruling. We're in slavery right now, the Israelites. We're saying as well, brothers, we're the children of Israel too. You know, so right now, the children of Israel, they're in Esau's day and we're in our night. But the night's gonna come for Esau and our day is gonna come. So that's what we're expecting. We're out to look for that day to come. But Yahawashi is going to bring in that day, so that we can be raised up as a people and we can rule it. We can rule the earth. You know, because the reason why we went into slavery and we suffered what happened during slavery is simply because we broke the commandments of God. We broke the covenant. Yeah, get that in Deuteronomy 28. That's why we came so low as a nation, and we're still going through. You know, not little bits and pieces, but still going through harsh situations in this world today. But it's all going to come to an end. That's all going to come to an end. Because the Lord created us to be a special people unto himself, and to also give him reverence and declaring righteousness above and beyond everybody else, and showing the people what righteousness is all about keeping the commandments. But we failed to do that. And this is why we're here today, going through what we're going through today.
This is Deuteronomy 28. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord Yahawah,
Yeah.
Yahawashi thy power, to observe and to do his commandments,